That's right. The Rated RR podcast is back in business. We've missed you and we've missed the fans very much. So do continue to support the channel. Speaking of people I miss, Roshan Rai, my partner in crime, is here. Roshan, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm very touched that you've missed me. Thanks for that. I'm doing well. I mean, I've really been enjoying the football in the Singapore Premier League. We've got a fantastic title race going on. And also, not just that, I love the fact that now there are 4 teams competing for those AFC Cup spots. And, one of the sides that have made it really interesting over the last few weeks or so is Geylang International.
Yeah, 100%. I think round 3 has kicked off and given us so much to look forward to in the weeks ahead. And speaking of Geylang International, we've got out and got the team captain of Geylang International, Zaiful Nizam, joins us from our Tampines hub right after training. Zaiful, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, guys.
Well, you guys are working really hard, in training and all that. Straight away after training, you just go into the stands and have a chat with us. We appreciate you taking the time to do that, Zaiful.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's okay, man. I mean, no worries.
Zaiful, sorry, just because you are at our Tampines hub, today training must have been good after that great weekend victory. Noor Ali must be in a good mood today, no?
Usually, after a win, it's very nice to come back, together again, with a positive aura, So it's a bit, we've been missing this for quite some time.
Yeah, you've been missing it for quite some time. But you know what? Over the last few weeks or so, you have had that great feeling of being able to win match after match after match. The run that you guys are on at the moment is absolutely fantastic. I think you won 5 of your last 6 SPL games. You're unbeaten in 7 matches now. You're starting to climb up the table. Zaiful, I mean, where has this turnaround in form? How has it happened?
I feel like basically, for the past 10 games before all these things started, actually we are working very hard, in the training ground. We try to adapt to the system, to Noor Ali philosophy, of playing style. But I think, to be fair, actually we did quite well, but just we don't get the result at that point of time, So this time round, we cannot be saying that, we play well, but we still not going to win anything. Then doesn't go anywhere. So we as a players and management, we come to have some agreement. We talk, we discuss, what can be done. So after the discuss, things are going well and really turning around for us.
Zaiful, you touched on it there. Despite going on the 11-match winless run, the team was playing well. And Roshan and I were talking before we started recording, and we agree the team was playing well, just not getting the results. Was that what Coach Noor Ali said to the team as well? It's okay, guys. You guys are playing well. We just need to tweak some things.
Yeah, for I mean, like, he's been saying that for the past, 7, 8 games. But after the 8, 9 games, 10 games, then we really need to start to really get something out of it, If no point of saying we are playing well, but still we don't win anything, then means nothing. So really, we need to drill in. So that's what turned around also,
I think back to the start of this run, and I said 7 matches unbeaten in the SPL. But the first of those 7 matches was actually a game that you played against the Young Lions, and I think it was at OTH. And you were leading 2-0. Leading 2-0. And for me, I thought, okay, they're going to get the win here, and this will give them the boost. But then you conceded 2 late goals in that one, and then you ended up drawing the match. Was that, again, sort of like a big blow to the team and gave you all another sinking feeling again? Because you seem to be able to then rebound against Tanjung Pagar after that.
Yeah. We thought the day would be on that day, when we play against Young Lions, after hardly for us, the past 10 games or 11 games to score a goal. So finally we can leading in the first half, solid 2-0. Then after that, we thought, okay, this is going to be, by end of the day, we still have our weakness. So we try to do our best, a bit pressure after, for so long you don't lead 2-0 playing. Then after that, it's just loss of concentration. Then we concede the 2 goals in the late minute,
So So can I just ask you? You went on to go and beat Tanjung Pagar 1-0, right? And that was an early goal from Vincent.
Yeah.
He scored 5 minutes in, and it's a long time to hang on to the 3 points.
Yeah.
Did you feel like the team was nervous in that game? Trying to hold on desperately to the win.
Yeah, because okay, now like after we came back from that against Young Lions, now we know, that we can score already. So now we need to try to keep a clean sheet. We try not to concede a goal. So we make it happen the next game. So we score the goal, but we don't concede. So that's all. I mean, like where it started, where to get the first win. I mean, like after the 11 games or 10 games, yeah.
Zaiful, you touched on it there, finding the way to score goals and then to keep that clean sheet, right? And then since then, on the 6 games, you've kept 4 clean sheets. How big a part have you played in galvanizing that back line almost to get that clean sheet? Because 4 in 6 is a great tally, man.
Basically it's just not only about myself, but our teamwork, my defending also, we work hard in training, to understand more how we want to communicate, how we want to defend well, we don't want to concede the goal. So we have enough already of, being always like, okay, we concede the goal, losing 1-0, 2-1, so still a lose. So we want to stop something, so I mean everyone, not only the defending team but also from the top also, everyone trying their best, to work something out, to help the team. So if we want to attack, we want to win, we win as a team, we want to defend, we need to defend as a team to win the game. Yeah.
Zaiful, I know what the answer to this is probably going to be, because you've already praised your teammates a lot. But suddenly now, with all the clean sheets that you've picked up, you're also shooting up the charts in terms of picking up those clean sheets, right? And you're now right up there with the likes of Hassan Sani and Takahiro Koga at Albrechts. Are you targeting the Golden Glove award perhaps at the end of the season?
For me, I don't want to put any pressure. I just want to do well. I want my team to do well. So we see at end of the season. So what it brings me to, because there's there's Hassan, there's Koga, but I don't want to get distracted doing to just concentrate on what I need to do. So if not, then it will be a bit uneasy for me. If I want to think about, I need to get a clean sheet, I want to be compete with anyone out there. So for me, it's a team game. It's for me, it's a win first, then it's a great thing for me.
Spoken like a true captain of the team, and you can see why he's a man with the armband. Zaiful, I have to ask you, LCS, Geylang like playing against LCS a lot. You beat them early on in the season at our Tampines Hub 1-0. And then recently, in between, you lost to them, and then recently you held them to a 1-1 draw. What is it about playing against LCS? Is there added motivation when you go up against a team like that?
Yeah, basically, they have a lot of quality players, This is also the game that, for my players, Geylang International, to prove themselves, they can try to compete, and even, it's not about competing against them, but also showing, if some of the players deserve to be called up, or some players have deserve to get a better contract. Sometimes you match with them. So this is something good to play against them. Because they are very good opponent, quality players. We respect that. What the club has done to SCS. One of the players' dream to be there. Everyone. But but against this kind of team, you must bring out the best out of you, so to complete and get the result from there.
Yeah, actually, you guys have really fought well, as I've said before previously on my commentary and on games that I've covered of you guys. You played really well in certain situations, especially in the earlier parts of the season, but the results weren't quite going for you. I just want to touch on Noor Ali a little bit as well, Zaiful, because there must have been a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and of course a lot of pressure on the team as well, but he's the one who's leading the side. And I don't think Geylang have a very big squad in terms of depth, in terms of quality. Maybe you have 13, 14 players who are capable of coming into the first 11 and performing, and who have that senior experience. So how good a job has Noor Ali done from your point of view in terms of being flexible, in terms of how he's used the squad?
Like I say, we don't have a big squad, He tried to improvise, use what he can, to adjust, to the quality what we have, who can fit in this position, and try to rotate one or two to adapt to at least one or two position, because we have very limited players out there, to compete. And some more this year we play, I think, 4 rounds, then plus the cup. So I think it's quite a huge number of games the players will play. So basically, we need the best player to be on the toes always and be ready for this game. So there's always, like I say, Noor Ali adjusting some players, to try to adapt to one or two positions. So at least we have the player to cover that.
Zaiful, you speak about Noor Ali having to adapt to what he has and stuff like that. I have to ask you, do you think Coach Noor Ali gets the credit he deserves? Because what he's done is remarkable, especially considering what you're saying, the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not easy, like, for coaches, if you have very limited players for your squad, So I think it will be a big headache also to choose a player, in case of worry if the best player, one of you get suspended or injured or long-term injury, then will be quite headache for him to find out, because we need to use our youth player, and try to make them, gel as with us, need to make them feel that they also are very important. So it's not easy, But like I say, is can credit to him, for him to adjust and adapt to the situation and bring us to now where we are, lah.
Zaiful, who were the sort of characters in the team or the leaders in the team, so to speak, when the times were bad and y'all were really struggling to pick up the wins? Who was it in the team, aside from obviously yourself, to try and pick up the morale in the squad and try and encourage everyone to, just keep going and just sort of keep fighting and try to keep those spirits up?
I guess, down here, I mean, like, everyone have their part, to speak, to share. We don't listen only to one, but we listen, we share the amount of encouragement from each and individual players, we share. So we can take positive out of this guy, we can take positive out of this guy, everyone share, So it's not basically only based on one person, but it's a team. So from there we learn and we try to be strong as together, lah.
Speaking of being stronger together, I just want to ask you about the Geylang fans. The Ultras are always in good voice supporting Geylang International through thick and thin. Anything you want to say to them in terms of gratitude for standing through the team?
Yeah, basically, they are wonderful. I really appreciate them. Really feel thankful for them. When the results, the past few games, I mean, the 10 games or 11 games doesn't follow, but they still standing down there, cheering us, never give up, still giving the Viking clap after we lost the game, until now. So they also deserve something, after so much of thing they took also from, I mean, like, same what we take, and they also take the same. So now it's a credit for them also. So at least something for them to smile on and see at least there's
100%.
There's some happiness there, like,
Yeah. It's so important, Zaiful. And I think I can imagine that now the confidence is back in the team, right? Is back in the squad. And does that, how big of an impact does that make when you go into matches, knowing that now things are falling for you a little bit in that sense?
I think this really helped us a lot, winning the games, the mentality start to freshen up a bit more, after after the hard time. So I think this one really bring us somewhere, with this mentality. I mean, so freshen up after so long. So everyone was hyped up, we are thinking about working, we don't want to be complacent, but we are thinking about working. We want more. That's the mentality now for our team. So it's, I mean, I feel good lah to have this feeling lah.
And it looks like it's helping the likes of Vincent Bezeko and Simon Zuzul as well. Those guys are now in a really good run of form, especially Vincent, who was working very hard for the team, but maybe earlier on in the season couldn't score, couldn't create too many chances. But now it's all starting to flow for him, right?
Yeah, true. Because I think now we understand each other more. through the playing style. So we know what's our weakness, what our strongest point. So I think everyone adapt to each other well. So even like I say, I mean like the bonding also quite strong, with us local and the foreign players. There's no divided between two of us. They always local and foreigner together. So this is what I feel the strong bond are built lah. So to where we are now also lah, as a team.
Yeah, I think that bond is clear to see on the pitch as well, right? That's why off the pitch you guys are close and tight, and then on the pitch you guys are doing well. It's no surprise. Zaiful, let's touch about your career slightly. You talk about moving on. You've moved on from Balestier, many years at Balestier. You came to Geylang International. How was that like for you settling into a new club after so long, Like first day of school after so long.
Yeah, you're feeling like you just graduate from a primary school, after 6 years, then you go to secondary school. Definitely a different kind of atmosphere, different kind of system, even the playing style. So it's not the same lah, what I used to do. So, but it's good lah, I mean, new challenge, everything. So myself also as a player, I can learn more, so it's about learning also lah. So like I say, it's a new atmosphere. Obviously, it's totally different from what I've been used to lah.
Yeah.
Zaiful, sorry, Raushan, I just wanna jump in here because it's interesting to me, Zaiful, that you've been around a long time, you've been playing football a long time, and even at this age, you say you're still learning. What is it that you are learning? What are these aspects that you're still sort of developing in your game? Even with people say you're an experienced veteran of Singapore football.
Yeah, now everything is changed. Most of the thing is the modern football. The philosophy has changed. Playing, goalkeeping, like no more just catching the ball, but you need to be good with your feet. Then now the starting point is always like a build up. No more like Saddam straight away you just come and straight away kick a long ball. So a lot of things to learn lah. So the system, a lot of things to learn. Like even we are experienced playing many years, but for sure there's something new for you to learn. Even I mean like when you are studying also. When you learn, you thought you learn finish, but at end of the day, there's something chapter new. So you need to adapt that. So never for me like I still keep learning, while I'm still playing. So that's why.
Zaiful, I want to talk about that learning a bit more, right? In terms of, I don't need to talk about what happened at Balestier and all that. That's done. You are happy at Geylang now. We'll leave it at that. But in terms of moving from Balestier to Geylang, and you say learning, was that something you always wanted in your career? Because at that point, you look quite settled at Balestier. You were happy to be there, and then maybe you were forced to move out of your comfort zone slightly. But did you always want this learning experience?
Yeah, obviously, everyone, need to have like, okay, you cannot be comfortable doing the things only you do all this while, for some part of the time, for sure, that you might need to push yourself into out of your comfort zone, and you need to feel how to be back and be learning like you are starting from the start. So this is the thing that now I feel, so it's good for me to learn, because like I say, like also to touch on like our national team, the system they played now is like from Villa, from this and that. So when I come here, the philosophy is always like, okay, like the setup is like a national team. So for me, at least to adapt and feel how it's supposed to be. So it's very good for me to learn lah. Before that, in Balestier, we play different kind of ball games. So at least now, if I come to a national team, I call up, so I understand more. So I no need to really adjust so much on the playing style. So this why, yeah.
I mean, he mentioned primary school and secondary school just now and all that. I think Zaiful is at the level where now he's moving from masters to PhD in football. At the stage of his career, going for a national team and all that. Raushan, I think that's a perfect segue to the question you were going to ask next.
Yeah, 100%. You talk about, I love it. I absolutely agree. Masters, PhD. And Zaiful trying to make himself younger by saying primary school, secondary school, I think. Zaiful, let's touch on that national team experience. You had the honor of representing Singapore at the SEA Games this year. How was the experience like, especially as one of the most senior members of that team?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I don't expect that I be presenting Singapore for the SEA Games. Yeah, but it's good for me. I feel still like I'm still a young boy. Get a call up and to represent the country. That feeling still have in me. So like I say I never expect to be part of the SEA Game but they're giving me a chance and they believe that I'm the senior players can help the team. Then I feel that I have a real task to help on in our Singapore football. So I think I try my best to give what I can.
Zaiful, sorry, just to ask here, I understand what you mean, but is there added pressure because you say you're the senior player, they are calling you up for the experience? Did you feel pressure because you're representing the country?
Obviously, yeah, because you are one of the senior players. Yeah, you must really be a TikTok, your attitude wise, your discipline wise, even in the field, you even if the things don't go your way, you cannot lose your control, you still need to stay calm and manage the boys, and need to calm them down, make them feel relaxed, feel comfortable. There's someone inside, there's a senior players helping you guys, give you encourage, no problem making a mistake, it's always like, okay, we move on from there, there's quite a lot the responsibility is quite tough but for me
Zaiful, sorry to interrupt. Carry on, please.
No, it's okay, come.
No, I just wanted to ask, what do you think of the SEA Games campaign, your perspective of it? Tough questions now, huh?
Yeah, this one is very, tough question. But overall, disappointed we don't qualify for the semis, but we are close to getting there, because the last game also a decider. If we beat Malaysia, then if Malaysia lost to Cambodia the last game, because they drew also with Cambodia, if happens they lost and we beat Malaysia, might be we are inside also. So that's why it's like this time around the campaign we fight till the end till the last game to get the result But so after that, then we decide whether are we going or are we not going or something like that But I think overall, like I say, very disappointed for so long. We did not get to qualify for the semi, at least a breakthrough. But this time round, I feel like I say we fight till the end, till the last game, till decide whether we are in or we are out. But at least something that we show that we don't want to go back early, after one game, two games, that we know that we don't qualify, So at least we make use of that
Well, you had a very close-up view of the next generation of Singapore talent, right? Some of these players will go on and play for Singapore on the international stage. What did you make of them? And are there any names that you think, really stand out and could go on to be really big stars on the international scene for Singapore at senior level?
Giving names, I think I don't give names, but I think a few. Like decent squad. We have a few players out there. Most of them will take over the national team soon. Because they are young. But these players, if you really give them chance, really they get to blend with good players, or opportunity for them to go abroad and play. I think there's a very strong base for us to build up a new national player in years time, So these players have the abilities to actually, compete and be a better player and a good player. But the platform only, for them to really step in must be a good one.
Roshan, be nice to Zaiful. He's sitting in the sun at our Tampines Hub. You're turning up the heat with these questions.
It's okay, man.
Poor fella. That's why I heard somebody holding also. He looking away and said, okay, guys, I got to go.
that guy, you know who lah? Will be Leonard lah.
Hey, a shout out to Leonard. Thanks for making this interview happen.
Hey, wait, Roshan, sorry, wait. Actually, he wasn't going to name the names, right? I was going to put him under pressure a lot more. I said, okay, now I'm going to read through the list of the names. Then you blink once for those who can make it, blink twice for those who cannot make it.
Okay.
Just joking. Carry on.
Speaking of names, I want to bring up a name. Zaiful, I know you don't want to mention about the playing squad, but one person I would like to mention is a player who plays in your position, right? Zafran Rohaizat has had a breakthrough season. And as a goalkeeper yourself, I'm sure you are keeping watch because maybe both of you are in competition for that Golden Glove. But in terms of, you talk about talent coming through, he's one of the great talents coming through, right? What have you thought about Zafran Rohaizat's performances this year?
I mean, he's doing well, he's good, that for me, I know Zafran is a younger batch for our goalkeeping, but it's very important that we know that for a senior, like for myself, we know that we have a reliable goalkeeper coming up. So that is the most very important thing. We are fighting for the spot, but we are being healthy. So we know that fighting for the spot is quite it's a tough thing. But at the same time, you saw this boy coming up. Okay, when my time is done, then we know that we still have a very good goalkeeping coming up. So that one is the most very important thing for me lah. It's just not about myself, but it's also for the long run for our national team.
I mean, I don't know lah. The way y'all are going at the moment, you yourself, Hassan, all this can play until 45 or what. I think maybe the rest got to wait a bit longer lah. So everything is safe. You think you are confident in the long-term future of the national team goalkeeping department?
Yeah, I believe that not only for Zafran, but also the other young goalkeepers, they also need to step up, So that one is the most important thing lah, because we also cannot rely on one. So we must have a few more. So at least anything happen, there's someone also that we believe that can still came in and stick between the stick and save us a lot more lah. We don't like only choose one, but we need a few more lah. It's the best we have a few more. And be healthy competitor lah.
It's good to hear healthy competition. Roshan touched on it there, playing until 45, 48 maybe. Zaiful, I have to ask you this. How long do you plan to play at the top level for?
For me, if I still can give my best, my quality still don't drop, it's fair for me to still continue lah. I mean, unless, there's some, I can't move anymore. I think I'm too slow, everything. It's about time, then it's about time lah, But for now, I can't say when,
So you don't have a number in mind now. You're just going to keep testing yourself, proving yourself until you feel it.
Yeah, true.
Carry on.
No, go for it, Rosh.
I was just going to say, have you thought about life after football?
Yeah, for me, for now, I actually doing some coaching, just to adapt myself out of football, but still doing football, but not training, but taking the players to train, So I took my cert lah. I mean, like my coaching course. So I have my C license. Sorry, I have my level 1. So this is the thing when I'm still playing, but I go and adapt myself, go and take, to complete until after maybe I finish my career. At least I have the cert down there, to straight away even to change my playing into coaching.
That's fantastic. That the learning you spoke of, I think it speaks volumes of your character, man. The learning is not just restricted to the pitch, right? You are preparing yourself well for what lies ahead. Zaiful, I don't have much else to ask you. Roshan, do you have anything else to grill?
No. Zaiful has been such a fantastic guest. Zaiful, we had you sitting in the sun there in the stands and all that. We appreciate you taking the time to speak to us straight after training. Thank you so much, and all the best for the rest of your career, man. However long it lasts.
Okay,
100%. I
thank
think
you
I
so
think
much, man.
Zaiful's arms training is done for this week because he's been holding up his phone for a good 30, 40 minutes. Zaiful Nizam, it's been excellent speaking to you. Thank you for making time on the Rated RR podcast. Listeners, subscribers, hope you enjoyed the episode. Continue to support the channel. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I really appreciate, man.